Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is Beast Machine.
Oh God. Oh my gosh. I had my eyes closed. I was like, what is going on around me? Oh my God.
I was going into Spider-Man Unlimited. Very similar tonally. I'm joking, they're not. Couldn't be more opposite, but hey, welcome to Going Back to Beast Wars, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I rewatch the entire franchise of Beast Wars Transformers. We have made it to the as aforementioned Beast Machines Transformers.
Transform.
And we're back. Hey, we're back live.
We're back.
We were on vacation last week, so we had pre-recorded our first thoughts of Beast Machines, but now we are here live to tell you what we really think. Because let me tell you, what I really think is it's getting better.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean it's just a totally different thing.
They got skinny legs.
It's its own thing.
Own thing.
Cheetor's knees bend the opposite direction. It's really weird.
Black Arachne's legs are very skinny.
If you notice, I don't know if
he's not sick. The stroller got him.
The stroller got me, guys. It got me.
Yeah, it got him.
TSA was like, "Hey, you need to get the hell out of here."
Sorry, I just sniffled right.
They're like, "You need to move on, man. All right, you need to transform and roll out." How about I meet you there, Maggie? It's okay. And so I was, wow, it didn't even help that I muted you. But yeah, so then I bruised myself. It was actually on the show last night, but I forgot to bring it up because I was just wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy kid.
Okay, we're too many non sequiturs. Maggie,
party.
How you feeling about Beast Machines?
It is getting better. I still have mixed feelings about it. I don't know.
They call it a Belgium dip.
Oh, what's that?
It's from Austin Powers Golden.
Oh,
I know.
Silence.
He has it all over himself.
Yes.
Anyway, and Maggie, let's go back to Beast Wars. Because we're going back to Beast Wars. I always do the wrong what's it called? Tense. The wrong tense of the verb. You know, like I always say, let's go back to Beast Wars. But we are in the act of going back to Beast Wars.
We are going
as
back.
Of this moment. We are already on our way. I'm on my way to Beast Machines. Yeah, so we're just going to dive right in. Everybody, welcome. We hope you enjoyed this.
Party.
And we're going to talk about the next 5 episodes of Beast Machines. So we're on...
Buckle yourselves in, y'all. We're on episode 5. It's called... Forbidden Fruit.
Wow. Yeah, remember...
It's calling me.
If you would like to watch these... you can obviously get your DVDs out. I think it might be on Tubi or some weird random channel. But they are also available on YouTube via Al's Replay. So everybody just check that out. We have nothing to do with them. They have no idea we even plug them. But you know what? They upscaled Beast Wars into 4K and made it watchable for me.
And we thank them for it.
Yeah. Now Beast Machines is only in HD, but still. It's a lot better than having to dig out my DVDs.
He also did reboot.
He did also do reboot. That is also a factual statement that Maggie just made. So, let's go back to Beast Wars.
We're going back to Beast Wars.
Damn it.
Beast Machine.
Season 1, Episode 5, Forbidden Fruit. Wow. Episode 5 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 57 overall in the Beast Wars franchise. Yes, actually, for the sake of the podcast, I'll label this as season 4.
Okay.
Even though it's not.
It's not.
It's a totally different.
It's its own thing.
Its own thing.
Its own thing.
Original air date was October 16th, 1999. Written by Stephen Melching, whose previous episodes include Forbidden Fruit. That's this episode. And they will also write the last episode we'll talk about tonight, which is Revelations Part 3, Apocalypse. Tankor. Anyway.
Tankor.
Directed by Trenton Carlson. Trent Krim, The Independent. I'm pretty sure I made that exact same joke last week.
I believe you did.
Previous episodes include Beast Wars, Maximal No More, Cutting Edge, Crossing the Rubicon, and Beast Machines. This is their first episode. So, welcome aboard. All right. We begin in the depths of Cybertron. Black Arachnia and Cheetor spar in their beast modes. They are being mentored by Optimus Primal, who is trying to train them to find their still point at the heat of battle. Cheetor objects to his new mystical Optimus and proclaims that he trusts his instincts. All this unfolds while they are watched by an unfamiliar set of eyes. But while Cheetor and Black Arachnia have moved on to the next level of training, Rat Trap is still struggling with the basics of his techno-organic body. Yeah, I am transformed.
I am the Mets.
Hey! Yeah, I ain't
Go
got
Mets.
I ain't got it today.
I am the Mets.
Yeah, it's me, Rat Trap here. And I'm just trying to find my center. I bet you're probably wondering how I ended up here.
Well,
Teenage Wasteland. Anyway, Rat Trap is struggling with the basics of his techno-organic body, unsuccessfully trying to transform. Optimus Primal tells Rat Trap to have patience and just let it happen. Frustrated and disheartened, Rat Trap mouths off to Primal about their inability to find the missing Rhinox and Silverbolt. Pretty effed up.
That was deep cut.
It's true. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Optimus is acting pretty weird right now. But
the first cut is the deepest.
But before the Maximals can ask any more questions, Jetstorm and his aero drones appear and attack the Maximals. Jetstorm Afterburn. Wow, don't touch that dial. What?
He reminds me of the guy from
the movie.
Bow. Bop goes perfection. He reminds me of that dude from
that was not who I was thinking at all. I was thinking of the from Transformers the movie. Like the garbage planet or whatever the hell they were called. Don't touch that dial. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember their names though.
Trashions or some bullshit.
Junkions.
Put the pieces into the slot. Make the right connection.
Selection.
But be quick, you're racing the clock. Pop goes
perfection.
It'd be great if I could talk. All right. Like I meant physically. I didn't mean like great as in you don't talk. I mean like. Anyway, Jetstorm shows up and attacks the Maximals. Optimus Primal, Cheetor, and Black Arachnia transform into combat modes while Rat Trap, still unable to transform, hides. After a short class, the Maximals run away, followed by the Viacons. Jetstorm fires a homing mine after the Maximals, but the Bat sends it off course with a sonic blast. While the Maximals take cover, the mine takes out the drones and the disoriented survivors turn on each other. Jetstorm retreats, but vows to return. The creature lands the Maximals back. The creature leads the Maximals back to his hideout as Optimus Primal recounts the events that led to their reformatting at the hands of the Oracle. You want some candy? The Bat tells them that he was an ordinary Maximal until a transformation virus attacked Cybertropolis, with the survivors dispatched by legions of Viacons. While outrunning a tank drone, he fell down a deep pit and awoke as a bat. When the Maximals reach their destination, Primal is amazed at the Bat's temporary home, an organic tree far below the surface of Cybertron.
Growing here on Cybertron?
A tree?
A tree.
This show's weird. The creature explains that he has been eating from the tree since his transformation and offers its fruit to the others. While 3 of them accept, Cheetor is suspicious of the creature.
We don't need that. We don't need that fruit. We run on Energon.
We run on Energon alone.
Why'd you become Rat Trap?
We run on Energon alone. Hey.
I'm a picky eater.
Hey,
so
Spider-Man, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Hey.
What was that directed towards Spider-Man?
No, like, I'm from Spider-Man. It's like, hey, it's Spider-Man.
There you go.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
You said...
No, like, hey, Spider-Man, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Pull it up.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Pull it up.
I know.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Matt.
Go get it.
I'll let you play this back.
Go get the Tobey Maguire.
Play this back.
Go get the Tobey Maguire DVDs.
I know, Matt.
The full screen edition.
I have watched them.
Play it back.
You play this back.
Ooh, the creature.
Bitch.
How dare you? The creature explains that he's been eating from the tree since his transformation and offers its fruit to the others. While 3 of them accept, Cheetor is suspicious of the creature. Optimus Primal tries the fruit, claiming that it may help their organic components, but Cheetor retorts that he only processes Energon. While the others chow down, Cheetor interrogates the bat and demands answers, demanding to know if the newcomer's an agent for Megatron. The bat denies the claim, snapping that Megatron took everything he loved away from him. And as they return to the others, the 3 Maximals are unresponsive, behaving like animals. Sit, eat. What are we doing? This is the worst. God, this show. Why does anybody even watch this? All right. Amidst the chaos, Storm reappears and attacks. Cheetor attempts to snap the others out of their beast mentality and get them to transform. They ignore him, and he and the bat attempt to take the food away from the increasingly feral Maximals. Out of desperation, Cheetor transforms and destroys the tree, despite the bat's protests.
No!
The affected Maximals return to their old selves and they transform and fight, but they're not quick enough to prevent the bat from taking a blast to the chest from Jetstorm. We've all been there, taking a shot on the chest, you know? And so Optimus realizes that the only way to save him is to reformat the Maximal. And although Cheetor protests that he's not strong enough, Optimus insists that he won't lose yet another Maximal.
Don't lose them.
See, because earlier Rat Trap called out Silverbolt and Rhinox.
Yeah.
So now he's like, I ain't losing no more.
Don't even know this bat.
That's what we like to call foreshadowing, Maggie. Yeah. A white glow engulfs the injured Maximal, and a technorganic bat emerges, transforming into his new robot mode. He takes out the aero drones with a sonic blast, then drains Jetstorm's energy until the general crashes. Are you him?
Yeah,
Are you he?
I am he.
The Maximals are triumphant, but Optimus is left severely weakened. Even so, he's proud of Cheetor. He was right to destroy the tree, as its pure organic nature had imbalanced their technorganic bodies. While he recuperates, he appoints Cheetor as the temporary leader of the Maximals. With Optimus Primal on a web stretcher, the Maximals prepare to move out. They're joined by the Bat, who decided to travel with them and finally introduces himself as...
I forgot his name.
Not Scream.
I'm not Scream. Look at me. I got like Chris Angel vibe.
Chris Angel? I can live underwater. Or wait. Who's that? That's the other guy.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know.
There's one guy that's the mind freak. Oh, I'm on close up, sorry. Chris Angel mind freak. But who's the guy that like swallows nails and then spits out a birdhouse or some bullshit? You know what I'm talking about?
That sounds like
he freaks out Jimmy Fallon like every time. Remember he threw up a goldfish or something? Not Steve-O, but like it was magic.
Who was it that you know?
David Blaine.
Is that him?
Is that him?
Is that him?
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. But as they leave, a fruit from the organic tree puts down roots into what appears to be organic soil. Soil.
Because OI says oi. Oil.
How many syllables is in soil? Soil.
No, it's not soul.
Now let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Oh, boy.
Hey everybody, welcome to a live ad read. Did you know that this show is brought to you by patreon.com/hopefullyawesome? Did you know that you can get this show ad-free? You having fun?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. You can also get exclusive content like our monthly movie commentary. This month's commentary was Back to the Future Part 2. But last month's commentary, which you can also still get over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, was the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993. So if you want to see us, live a fever dream for 2.5 hours, definitely go check that out.
See us complain about this movie constantly.
And so then we also got our other shows. Hopefully Awesome Anime launches this week with Your Name, my favorite movie of all time. And then next week, Hopefully Awesome Comics launches with
Shattered Grid.
Power Rangers, The Shattered Grid, that we'll be reading and discussing exclusively over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. We now return to the show. Hey everybody, welcome back.
Patreon.com/hopefullyawesome.
The ad read is over. The game is over. I'm really going to shoot you right now. That's from The Office. That was Andy Bernard.
I love Andy Bernard. How dare they screw him up towards the end. I hate that so much.
Man, they really messed up his character, didn't they?
When it was so much fun.
When are we gonna go back to Scranton?
Going back to Scranton.
We're going back to Scranton. We could do the fan favorites episode, like the ones that are like extended, and give us a good reason to watch it again. And then we could do going back to Pawnee.
It's all because we watched The Office and the Parks and Rec while I was on vacation.
Hey,
that's cable for you.
It's cable for you.
6 hours straight.
Episode 6, The Weak Component. Episode 6 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 58 overall. Original air date was October 23rd, 1999. Written by Rodney Gibbs. This is their only episode. And directed by Andrew Curry. This is their only episode as well. So they knocked it out of the park. They did so good, they weren't asked to come back, They're like, we nailed it. What more?
We nailed it. We're done, guys.
Who cares if we completely change the characters entirely? I mean, we'll talk about it. Optimus Primal, still exhausted after Starscream's recent reformatting, awakens from a dream and is informed by Black Arachnia that Rat Trap is on a recon mission with Cheetor and Starscream. At a manufacturing facility, Rat Trap, Starscream, and Cheetor are being attacked by aero drones and tank drones. Since Rat Trap is still unable to transform, Cheetor orders him to go and download the data from the computers. As Megatron observes this, a diagnostic drone warns that the DNA purging process is still in its experimental stage. But Megatron, eager to be rid of his hated beast mode, wishes to proceed before the Maximals can discover any more mongrel beast. Yes. During the fight, Starscream uses his sonic powers and observes that if they attack the Viacon generals, the associated drones stop operating. Cheetor and Starscream plan to ambush Tankor to test this theory. Unfortunately, Rat Trap observes the ensuing entrapment setup from his computer, unaware of the plan. Thinking his friends are in actual danger, feeling genuine concern for his friends, he finally transforms successfully and, being eager to help, swings into action as Starscream and Cheetor are attempting to disable Tankor and Jetstorm. Unfortunately, his interference ends up spoiling the ambush and causes the factory's machinery to start operating and building more tank drones at a faster and faster rate.
So cartoon.
Adding insult to injury, Rat Trap realizes, much to his disgust, that the new robot form is completely unarmed. Yeah, didn't anybody add any weapons to this robot form? Hey, we're all gonna die.
Not Scream here. Like, we had it under control. Why'd you have to get involved, Rat Trap? That's what he does. He holds his hair at one point.
Yeah, I don't know if you were really nailing, like, you got the hair down. I'll give you that.
I'm just trying to make him more sad.
I feel like you're doing more
He's lost everything.
I feel like you're doing more of an impression of Orin from Parks and Rec.
Orin lives.
As the new tank drones run wild, Megatron takes control. Rat Trap attempts to stop the manufacturing of the drones by linking himself into the main computer, only to become a sitting target for Megatron's aerodrones. The resulting feedback travels along the power cables and causes a system failure, the total destruction of the manufacturing plant, and a power cut for the whole sector. On their way back to their base, Cheetor and Starscream harshly reprimand Rat Trap for not following orders. Rat Trap later complains to a sleeping Optimus Primal about his robot mode when the others appear. Cheetor knocks Rat Trap to the ground, ordering him to transform to beast mode now. This jolt to Rat Trap's system causes him to realize Megatron is weak as he replays vital stats he downloaded earlier. However, Cheetor brushes off his suggestion of an attack on their weakened enemy. Rat Trap overhears Black Arachnia, Cheetor, and Starscream discussing what to do with him and how he is such a burden and his useless robot mode. Infuriated, he leaves the base alone. This one rat is ratting out of here.
I'm out of cheese.
I'm Rat Trap, and I got two things: chewing gum and not giving a fuck. And I'm all out of gum. Oh god, and he leaves the base alone. Megatron is being told the extent of the damage caused by the feedback earlier when Rat Trap saunters into his citadel, saying he wants noisemakers. After a bit of back and forth, Megatron and Rat Trap work out a deal wherein Rat Trap will defend Megatron for one night when he is at his weakest. If anything happens to Megatron, Rat Trap forfeits his new weaponry. Unexpectedly, Cheetor, Starscream, and Black Arachnia arrive to rescue Rat Trap, forcing Rat Trap to honor his word with Megatron, and he does so, firing on his friends as they advance. While this is happening, Megatron returns to full strength and begins rebooting his control of Cybertron. The Maximals and Rat Trap are at an impasse when Optimus Primal arrives, still exhausted, and asks Rat Trap to look inside himself and reevaluate what he's doing. Optimus Primal tells that Rat Trap is stronger than any of them realize. Megatron orders Rat Trap to attack Optimus Primal, but Rat Trap reiterates the terms of the deal. The sun is rising, the solar cycle is over, and Rat Trap has kept his end of the bargain. Impressed with Rat Trap's handling of the situation, Megatron upholds his word and lets the Maximals walk away. Megatron vows to his diagnostic drone that they shall liberate the Maximal Sparks another day.
Go Rat Trap. Liberating themselves. No? I don't know.
This episode's bullshit. Alright? Here's the thing.
Okay, you go.
Alright.
You go.
You remember in Beast Wars when, like, Rat Trap's main thing was hating Predacons because they're no good, no trustworthy slagging pieces of slag, right? Yeah. And, like, oh, he's just gonna turn on the Maximals and go to Megatron, one of the most untrustworthy people, to get weapons to use against Megatron. Rat Trap's not a moron. Like, he may be a dick sometimes, but he's not a moron, you know? And then, Megatron has never, ever had honor, had been a man of his word. That's never been in the thing. I mean, that's why he hated Dinobots so much, was because Megatron didn't give a shit, you know? Yeah. And just did whatever. So you're trying to tell me that Megatron be like, no, Rat Trap did what he said he would. I'm going to let him walk away with whatever he's got.
I don't know.
It's stupid.
And what drives me crazy is that, excuse me, I'm sorry. What drives me crazy is that he went that far into the other side. Like, he attacked his own friends. And yet, like, I was expecting him to just flip. That's
like
what
to
I was
turn
thinking.
sides?
Yeah, to turn sides. Because, I mean, they were crapping on him. I mean...
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing, right? Like, that's what we're supposed to be, like, learning from this episode is, like, don't shit on the little guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they basically took Rat Trap and turned him into Xander, right?
Yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I love Xander. Probably my favorite character on Buffy. But, like, this just feels, I don't know, just the whole thing, like, I don't know, who's this bat, like, to talk shit about Rat Trap? Like, dude, you've been here a day.
Yeah, you don't know me.
You know? And then he starts in the next episode talking shit about Optimus. And it's like, you weren't there. You don't know. You don't know what Optimus has been through. You don't know his pain. All right? You don't know. He had a spark shoved inside his asshole. All right? He had to do what he had to do. All right?
Okay.
Okay, Maggie?
Okay, man.
No, so I don't know. This just felt very... They're doing their own thing. Right? Like, the show's doing its own thing.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
Part of it.
But, like, I don't know. It's still just, I don't know. It just feels, it feels disingenuous.
Yeah.
To the show. You know, to the lore that we have learned.
Yes.
Over the entire series of Beast Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I think this episode is a shining example of that. There'll be a few other decisions that they make later on that, you know, again, they're forging their own path, telling their own stories.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is like the equivalent of the Last Jedi, right? Like this is this version. These people telling their Beast Wars story, right? And sure, it's part of continuity, but it's also like it's not like the original trilogies. And it's not the prequel trilogies.
Yeah.
So like, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the thing is, I think this show, had it come out now, would have been just ripped apart. Honestly, like if it had come out in the age of Twitter, like I think it would have been canceled within the first like 5 episodes.
5 minutes.
Maybe not 5 minutes, but like it definitely. I don't think it would have been, you know, heralded as a great show.
No.
Now, granted, would Beast Wars have even survived as long as it did? I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Who knows?
I digress.
Only God knows.
And only a guy. No, wait. I was thinking it was a Creed song. It's not. Season 1, Episode 7, Revelations, Part 1. Discovery. Maggie, we're going back to the Bible.
Star Trek.
We're going back to the Bible. Episode 7 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 59 overall in the entire Beast franchise. Original air date was October 30th, 1999.
Good year. It's a good year, 1999. Gonna party like 1999.
Because even Prince knew that the world was going to end in 1999.
Not really. He just wanted to write that song.
No, I mean, but I'm quoting that one video we were forced to watch at youth camp.
I don't remember that. I just remember them talking smack about the Beatles and Spice Girls.
No, well. Anyway.
There are
Written by Brian Chandler Reeves. This is Brian's first episode. Directed by James Taylor. This is James's only episode. The Maximals find themselves find themselves cornered by Thrust. 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 And his cycle
Go
drones.
away, Randy.
When Optimus Primal floods the tunnels with coolant to get rid of them, after Rat Trap narrowly avoids getting swept away, they make their way to the surface, where they find the bodies of hundreds of Cybertronians in some sort of factory. Examining the remains, Rat Trap declares that their sparks weren't extinguished; they were removed altogether. And Black Arachnia wonders if the same thing happened to Silverbolt, but is interrupted when Jetstorm attacks with his aerodrones. The Maximals
Afterburn.
Jetstorm. Afterburn. Don't touch that dial.
Pop goes perfection.
but is interrupted when Jetstorm attacks. The Maximals choose to stand and fight rather than flee again, partially because they're sick of running, but also partially because there's a giant killer tank in their way. I don't remember that. I'll just be honest, I don't remember that. Well, what if that was a joke?
I don't know. I'm tired.
Meanwhile, Black Arachne awakens and spies the shadow of Silverbolt approaching her, only to realize it's being cast by Thrust, who saved her once again. Wait.
Hmm?
I skipped the whole thing.
Oh, God.
During the ensuing battle, Thrust tells Black Arachne, but rather than attack her, he saves her from a sonic attack missiles. What the hell? Saves her from a sonic attack missiles when they go on to knock over a nearby tower. Wait, okay.
Oh, I got it.
Saves her from a sonic attack jet missiles, which then go on to knock over a nearby tower. Okay. Black Arachne and Thrust are seemingly buried underneath it. As the other Maximals recover from the crash, they realize that the coolant they used to flood the tunnels was meant to cool the factory they're fighting in now, and without it, the faculty will explode in a few minutes. As Optimus rushes to free Black Arachne, and Cheetor wonders what Big Bot has gotten him into, echoing an earlier sentiment from Starscream. This is magic. I don't want to give away the magic. There we go.
Starscream here. I'm trying to think of why we have to listen to Optimus all the time. He's so lame. Why we gotta listen to him, Cheetor? Why can't you be the leader, Cheetor?
Fuck you.
I don't like him.
I'm Cheetor, and I'm an adult now.
I'm Starscream, and I am you many years ago.
Listen here, Starscream.
Cat.
All right, listen. You don't know Optimus. All right, we follow Big Bot, and if you can't follow Big Bot, then you need to get the hell out of the way.
I still think you should be the leader, because what's he doing to us? He's gonna get us all killed.
Shut up. All right. That was great.
My Chemical Romance.
Meanwhile, Black Arachne awakens and spies the shadow of Silverbolt approaching her, only to realize it's being cast by Thrust, who saved her once again. When she asks why, he only replies, "My mistake," and that it won't happen again. And then it does happen again as he knocks her out of the way of an approaching supply train. This is awful. This time he begins flashing back to having his spark extracted, and then to memories of Black Arachne during the Beast Wars. The two venture further into the factory together and run across a giant spark extractor, which promptly seizes them both and tries to, extract their spark. Thrust saves Black Arachne, but his own spark is taken as Black Arachne begins to suspect that he is, in fact, Silverbolt. Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you, Silverbolt.
I'm Thrust.
You're not Silverbolt.
I can be whoever you want me to be, baby.
Is that you revving up?
Black Arachne realizes that this is a place where Megatron stole the sparks of all Cybertronians. Outside, the Maximals deal with their antagonists one at a time and head to get Black Arachne, as Starscream and Cheetor continue arguing about Optimus. When they find her, she has restored Thrust's spark and attempted to get him to remember the time before. He promptly flees, and Optimus, seeing all the bodies, mourns his inability to stop Megatron. Cheetor, seeing they are out of time, orders Optimus to leave. The factory explodes behind them as they flee. After, Cheetor declares he's taking command back from Optimus, much to the latter's surprise. Black Arachne tells them that Thrust's spark once belonged to a Maximal, realizing that Jetstorm and Tankor must be the same way. The Maximals resolve not to destroy the Viacon generals, but to bring them back to the right side.
Bum, bum, bum. To be continued. Nice drink of coffee. that's gonna drink.
All right. Season 1, Episode 8, Revelations Part 2.
Man, I was right.
What?
I said to be continued.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Okay. I'm proud.
Good. I mean, we just watched it, so I mean...
I know, but...
Good job remembering from 2 nights ago.
That I was half asleep.
Good job. Season 1, Episode 8, Revelations Part 2, The Descent. Episode 8 overall in Beast Machines. Episode 60 overall in the Beast franchise. Original air date was November 6th, 1999. Remember the 6th of November. Written by Marv Wolfman.
Marv!
I literally copy and pasted this from last week. So, previous episodes, once again, known for his work on the new Teen Titans and Crisis on Infinite Earths, among many others. From the Transformers, he wrote The Return of Optimus Prime Part 1 and Part 2. Beast Wars, he wrote The Probe with Craig Miller. And he developed the original story outline of Beast Machines, though the mystical stuff was created by Bob Skir at Hasbro's request. And he also wrote the episode Fires of the Past.
Yeah.
Time is the fire in which we burn.
We burn.
I want to burn for you.
Oh, it just now hit me what song that was.
Fuck. All right.
Wow.
Directed by William Lau. Previous episodes include Beast Wars, Proving Grounds, and Other Victories. Beast Machines, he did the reformatting, the pilot. So, Optimus Primal swings from tree to tree in a mysterious forest, following a trail of floating sparks towards their nexus, the Allspark. Suddenly, the Allspark vanishes, and Primal is suddenly restrained by vines as he watches the placid forest disappears, the trees and grass replaced by buildings and steel before him. The face of Megatron laughs triumphantly as the organic vines become technological.
Yes.
Optimus Primal awakens, shaken. The dream is revealed to be an Oracle-induced vision. Cheetor explains that he was worried about the leader's increasingly erratic behavior. Primal rebukes him, saying that they should leave him alone, no matter how worried they are. With Primal on another vision quest, Cheetor takes over, explaining to the Maximals that the sparks of the Viacon generals are subverted Maximal sparks. He tells them that they must extract sparks and return them to their original Maximal identity. Cheetor suggests going after Tankor first, as he is slower than the other ones in both speed and mentality. Black Arachnia suggests going after Thrust, for obvious reasons. However, she is the minority, so Tankor wins out. Cheetor splits them into 2 groups. Nightscream and Black Arachnia will distract Thrust and Jetstorm, while he and Rat Trap will extract Tankor's spark and place it in a new body. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Do they even have a body?
No.
And
they're going to put it in the tree.
Do they have
Be a tree bot.
No, do they have the spark thing? How are they going to hold the spark? It doesn't matter. None of this is going to happen. They got that thing from
the Transformers movie.
Cheetor suggests that's Maggie.
You got the touch.
That's the matrix of leadership. How dare you?
Cheetor needs it.
How dare you? He needs the matrix of leadership?
Yeah, he needs it.
Like Hot Rod?
Yeah.
Cheetormius Prom?
Yeah. Cheetius Prom.
Sounds awful.
Cheetius Prom.
All right. Moving on.
Cheetos Prom.
God damn it. Cheetor, the 3 generals are entrenched at a spaceport supervising work. Tankor is coordinating the loading of a spacecraft. Jetstorm supervises the defense from the sky, and Thrust is doing something important too. Probably. Nightscream distracts the 2 latter generals by destroying a building, leading Jetstorm on a wild goose chase. Goose chase. It's a reference to Top Gun. It's a wild goose chase. Goose died. Remember Goose died, and his son was Rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Goodness gracious, great ball of fire. All right. Nightscream manages to escape and drains the energon from Jetstorm's body, weakening the Viacon. Black Arachnian tries to talk to Thrust about his past identity, and with some help from her, he begins to experience flashbacks of prehistoric Earth. At the docks, Rat Trap distracts Tankor by throwing a bomb at him, irritating him enough to give chase. Cheetor transforms to robot mode and leaps from drone to drone as Tankor fires at him. Rat Trap interfaces with a crane and uses it to send Tankor flying, knocking him out cold. Rat Trap then attempts to interface with his mind. After some effort, he finally manages to access Tankor's past memories and break his own amnesia. Rat Trap discovers that Megatron broke free from the Autobot shuttle as the Maximals were headed through transwarp space, with Rat Trap sardonically bidding farewell to their old nemesis. Eventually, the team reappear over Cybertron, where they're immediately shot down by orbiting satellites. Rat Trap takes a breath from watching these records to wonder why they all seem to be from his point of view. Returning to his memories, Rat Trap sees Cheetor in his Transmetal II form and Primal in his optimal configuration, escaping from tank drones. But the drones fire canisters that explode and release a green gas that envelops the Maximals, turning them back into their original organic bodies. Silverbolt and Rat Trap are bombed by aero drones and meet a similar fate. Rat Trap watches the Transmetals survive the virus, but Silverbolt lies paralyzed on the ground. Rat Trap realizes that if he's seeing himself reverting, then these memories can't be his. Then he sees his reflection in an approaching tank drone, and the mirrored face is...
Who?
Rhinox. It's Rhinox.
I know it was. Let's just play it.
Damn it.
It's Rhinox.
As Thrust the Black Arachnian talk, Jetstorm, now strengthened, arrives, buries Starscream under fallen rubble, and accuses Thrust of fraternizing with the enemy. Thrust denies this, and Jetstorm puts pressure on him to remove Black Arachnia's spark. Grudgingly, Thrust shoots her, but is tackled by Starscream before he gets a chance to extract her spark. Thrust and Starscream fight, eventually detonating a nearby tank, causing Starscream to become pinned under some bars as the Maximal watches helplessly. Jetstorm extracts Black Arachnia's spark.
Bow chicka wow wow. Bow chicka wow wow. Bow chicka wow 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 wow. Ooh, baby.
Maggie, it's...
No, that's Smallville's. That's Smallville's.
Wow, wow, wow,
That's Smallville's.
wow.
Oh, God, I feel so...
Wow, 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 wow.
My ears itch.
Episode 9.
Yeah.
Revelations, Part 3.
Part 3.
Apocalypse. Episode 9 overall in Beast Machines.
I can't hear anything.
Episode 61 overall in the Beast franchise. Original air date November 13th, 1999. Remember the 13th of November. And written by Stephen Melching, whose previous episodes include Forbidden Fruit. And directed by George Samelewski, whose previous episodes include Transmutate from Beast Wars and this episode from Beast Machines. Jetstorm stands over Black Arachnia's body, holding her spark, as Starscream looks on in anguish. Gloating, the Viacon transforms and flies off with the spark, and Starscream sets off in pursuit. Watching them go, Thrust then eyes Black Arachnia's body. Date rape is not cool. Just
no, it's not. It's not cool.
Meanwhile, Cheetor is skeptical of Rat Trap's theory that Tankor is Rhinox due to the vast difference in intellect. The pair resolve to try to reach Rhinox's consciousness. Below ground, Optimus Primal tells the Oracle that he doesn't understand the visions he's had. He's promptly granted another vision. Walking in a field, he sees plants with his fellow Maximals' faces on them, and is attacked by metal tentacles. The tentacles turn the plants to metal, and Optimus Primal's friend cry that he has failed them. This fucking... I'm sorry.
I think he smoked some pot right there.
Like,
or acid.
It's like they're just trying too hard. Okay? Like, they're trying really hard to be, like, very thoughtful and edgy, and, like, I don't know. It's just not working for me. Honestly. It's just that, like... And I know the show goes some places, and it's interesting, but it's just they're trying really, really hard to be like more adult, you know. And it's like they watched The Matrix and was like, oh yeah, we gotta be freaking weird, but like didn't do any like studying of like philosophy or anything. It was like, oh, I like just their faces are implants, and then the plants turn to metal, and then you know they like cry at him and shit. I don't know. Yeah. That sounds like something you'd watch in The Matrix, right? No, it doesn't, because The Matrix is actually thoughtful. Yeah. Anyway, Tankor regains consciousness, and Cheetor cautiously inquires whether Rhinox is in control. Although for a moment it seems as though Tankor's maximal side is reasserting itself, he writhes in pain and reverts to his Tankor Destroy persona. Cheetor is tossed aside and Tankor advances on Rat Trap, firing. After a brief attempt to reason with the Viacon, Rat Trap jumps on some large pipes, releasing them from their bonds so that they will fall on Tankor. He recovers quickly, and the two Maximals turn to flee. Unfortunately, they're cut off by oncoming tank drones and race down a narrow gap between the stacked containers. Tankor begins smashing the containers aside, so the pair run up one of the arch structures they found. On reaching the arch, Tankor merely begins cutting into the side of it, and the Maximals look at each other in alarm. It doesn't take long for Tankor to cut through enough to push over the arc, and Rat Trap and Cheetor are forced to jump to the next arch, which comes under attack from the tank drones. Nightscream snatches Black Arachnia Spark back from Jetstorm, who seems to have stopped to have a chat with it. The enraged Viacons chases him, but clips a freeway and slams into the side of a building. Recovering quickly, Jetstorm continues the pursuit and follows Nightscream until the Maximal drops an elevator on him. This sounds ridiculous. Like, the explanation of this is just ridiculous.
I feel like it's a very tangled spider web.
Meh. It's just Black Arachnia.
She's a spider. She's an arachnid.
She's a cold bitch with just a miss on her lips, and I was on my way. Baby, anyway. Thrust carries Black Arachnia's lifeless body through the city until he's intercepted by Nightscream. I'm sorry, I cannot remember Nightscream as his name. The pair fight until Nightscream is able to disable Thrust by draining his energon. Floating in a white void, Black Arachnia encounters Optimus, and he tells her that her spark must have left her body. Elsewhere, Nightscream liberates Black Arachnia's spark from its container and tries to force it back into her body. In the void, she panics and flees from Optimus, just as her spark does from Nightscream. Optimus is able to calm her, and her spark returns to her body. Nightscream suggests they find the others, as he has a feeling they'll need help. Indeed, Tankor has just knocked over one of the arches in the row, and the rest of them begin to fall like dominoes. Rat Trap and Cheetor fall from the final arch, and he pleads with the Viacon to remember who he is, and after a great mental struggle, Tankor unleashes a cry, with which Optimus hears on his higher plane. Optimus marches through the field of his vision, pushing through the plants until he comes face to face with Rhinox. Optimus talks with his old friend who it seems sides with Megatron, favoring technology over organic nature. Optimus is jerked back to reality with a cry of "No!" Black Arachnia pulls Cheetor out of the way of Tankor's descending fist, and Nightscream takes out a row of tank drones. Cheetor warns Black Arachnia not to harm Tankor, surprising her with the information that he's Rhinox. She's tossed aside by the Viacon, disturbing a pile of containers and revealing Rat Trap's hiding place. The four Maximals offer Tankor their help, but he replies in Rhinox's voice that he doesn't need their help. He reveals that he's been conscious but unable to do anything, suppressed by the Tankor personality the whole time. To their alarm, he also announces that Megatron is Cybertron's only hope for technological perfection. So,
this is not the Rhinox I knew.
Rhinox is a Nazi, apparently. Yeah. That's weird.
Fascism.
Yeah. The Maximals wonder if Rhinox's spark has been corrupted and attack their friend. Pinning him to the ground, Cheetor tells Rat Trap to use his tail interface to reprogram Rhinox, but they're interrupted by Optimus, who says Rhinox has made his choice, and they have to respect that. The Maximals sadly watch Rhinox leave, with Rhinox looking back and saying that the next time him and Optimus meet, it will not be as allies.
Bum, bum, bum.
Back at the base, the Maximals mourn over their lost friend, and Optimus gives a speech about how the Matrix sent them to prehistoric Earth for a reason: to restore nature to Cybertron.
Yeah, nature.
The end.
Green. You gotta stop doing that, man.
Yeah. So Maggie, we just reached the plot. This is the plot of the show. Is in some ways, like, it grows from here. Grows organic, but like that's kind of the point. Mm-hmm. Which is just odd. This is an odd choice for a show about that was derived from sentient cars, fighting one another over cubes of gas. Like, oh, you know what this should all really be about?
Fruit by the foot.
Going green.
Fruit by the foot.
I mean, don't get me wrong, global warming, like, that is 100% a thing to be concerned with, and like, we're really fucked in a lot of ways, But I don't know if Cybertron was the right direction for this message to come through. But whatever, I mean, hey, Marv Wolfman, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I digress.
Marv's probably in the rotten room thinking, I'm going to say this.
I gotta say, as far as the Rhinox thing goes, I don't. It's not that I don't like it. All right, like I dislike Rhinox going bad. Yeah. But I'm not against like that as a plot point. Mm-hmm. I think that is an interesting idea. Yeah. And again, if we're looking at this as like these people's like this version of these characters, right? Yeah. Just like how Ryan Johnson, it was his version of Rey and Kylo and all that, right? And if you look at it that way, like, I'm less inclined to be upset about it. I mean, I'm not upset about it. It's a CGI cartoon from the year 1999. Yeah. Like, it's not a really big thing to be like super concerned with. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I'm really interested in seeing like where it goes. How are you feeling so far?
I mean, I'm really interested to see like if they can get Quicksilver. Not Quicksilver. Silverbolt.
Silverbolt, yeah.
Quicksilver's from X-Men. Quicksilver back, and I would want to know who is Jetstream. Is that his name? It can't be Dinobot. He's too excited. Is it Waspinator? No, he's still on Earth. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. History's changed, so he might not be on Earth. So
how has history changed?
I don't know. Well, like they were entering Cybertron, and like Megatron got off the ship.
I don't think that changed history.
Oh, okay.
Like the way I read it, and I could be wrong. I think there's actually a beat in this that talks about it. But like the way I read it is, they were traveling back, to the future, right? And like he falls off during, and so like it's not necessarily that he like changed the past as much as he got there before they did. Yeah. Okay. It's all, to me, I read it more as like an interstellar situation. Gotcha. Now I could be wrong, okay. But the way, because even the bat refers to himself as a maximal, right? So I mean, like, it's not like he wiped out that having ever happened, right? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they might give more detail, but that's the way I always took it. Is that like just the time dilation between the two that caused like him to have been there for several years or whatever. Then I don't think they ever actually truly explained how long he was there before they were. But that's the way I always read it. It's just such a weird, I don't know, it's just a weird concept. Like, it is. Let's take this show about fighting robots and, turn it into
a drama.
Well, no, I'm fine with it being a drama. Let's turn it into Captain Planet. Like, that's the part that I'm not super psyched about. Planet,
He's the hero.
Like, whatever. Everybody go recycle, you know? I just feel like Rocco's Modern Life did a better job of teaching me how to RECYCLE recycle. It's time for the countdown to Beast. Maggie, you ready for this? 7 weeks until the Beast tries.
Oh my God, I think I'll be out of school by
June 9th.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
7 weeks. I can't wait, man. Apparently there might be a new trailer tomorrow. I'm psyched. We obviously will not be doing a live reaction of it because we get claimed and shut down every time we do that. So
sorry guys if you enjoyed the party, but
yeah, we'll do a reaction and we'll post it, but we won't be able to do it live because YouTube's like, get out of here. Get out of here, cat, you stink.
You're getting a lot of views, but it's not working.
War!
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. War!
Yeah. Okay. So this is War. What is it good for? How has the war progressed so far? Cheetor becomes acting commander while Optimus is out of action. Once Optimus returns, Cheetor again pulls rank and takes over as the leader of the Maximals, if only for a moment. We okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
My foot hit the pink light.
The Maximals find out that the 3 Viacon leaders may be their fallen comrades with their memories removed. This is proven true when Tankor is awoken and revealed to be Rhinox. Rhinox, fully aware, has turned on his Maximal comrades.
Bull crap.
Now it's time to welcome to the party and talk about all the new people that joined us this week.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. On the Maximal side, we got Scream.
Hi guys. I'm Nightscream.
On the Viacon side, we got Rhinox. We kind of got Rhinox. I mean, he's Rhinox.
He is.
I mean, he's
Is he Rhinox?
I mean, he's Rhinox. He is Rhinox. He's 100% Rhinox. That's not a question. Just
I
not.
know,
Just
I was
saying.
trying to be funny.
Oh, well. Speaking of being funny,
Upgrades.
but actually that didn't work. But we're going to talk about upgrades. So in episode 1.5, Nightscream gets his reformatted upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And in episode 1.9, Tankor's memories return and his intelligence rises as he is revealed to actually be Rhinox. Rhinox in disguise. Tankor. Rhinox in disguise.
Rhinox is Tankor in disguise.
Rhinox loves some thighs.
And booty.
Booty. All right, next, let's get
Yeah, big old
into
booty.
some words of leadership.
Well, that's just prime.
In episode 5, Optimus Primal. How do you expect to... I don't have it today. How do you expect to master your new body if you keep turning your back on the Matrix, the source of our very sparks? Cheetor. I hate to disappoint you, Big Bot, but in the heat of the battle, I have to follow my instincts, not blind faith. I mean, which is a good point.
Cheetor doesn't believe in God, alright?
It's interesting that they're like, you know what we should do? We should make Optimus be like a really terrible leader. We should make Cheetor be the voice of reason in this series. And Rat Tap should be a 2-time slagging piece of crap. And Megatron should have honor.
And
like,
Black
who
Arachne
wrote this show?
And Black Arachne is chasing tails, so...
Did they even watch Beast Wars?
Nope.
Did they even watch it?
No.
What was Marv Wolfman doing?
Marv.
Come on,
Marv.
Marv Wolfman's great, but like, I don't understand. All right. Episode 6, Optimus Primal. I believe in you. What do you mean by firing at your friends? Look inside yourself, Rat Trap. You don't need his weapons. You're stronger than you know. Stronger than any of you know. I actually like that.
I don't know. We're gonna die.
I liked that he stood up for Rat Trap.
Of course he
It
does.
reminded me of the old Optimus.
Yeah.
Episode 7. Ah, man, look at me. This body's useless. Black Arachnia says...
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Silverbolt. Don't underestimate it, Rat Trap. It's ugly, too.
That's good. Episode 9. Megatron wants this planet to run harmoniously, but harmony without free will isn't harmony at all. It's
fascism.
Disharmony. And fascism. All right, now let's get into Traitor. I love it. In episode 6, Rat Trap kind of turns against the Maximals, but also the Maximals treat him like garbage. So
He should have went all bad.
I'm gonna break bad.
Look at me, I'm a bot inside a bot.
This rat's flying solo. I'm flying solo.
I stuck a bunch of Met stickers on the Mac.
Hey, I recognize this piece of machinery. I think this was piloted by Daniel.
Hey, they used old parts from the Zamboni machine.
Zamboni? What the hell?
The Zamboni machine. That's the thing that does the ice for the hockey.
No, I
rink.
know what a Zamboni machine is. I just don't understand why
old parts from the Zamboni machine.
Oh my god. Episode 9. Goodbye, Optimus. When we meet again, it will not be as allies.
Slag.
Rhinox's parting words to Optimus. R.I.P. Rhinox. All right, next, let's get into drugs, but it's Energon.
What? OxyContin.
So it's not Energon, but the forbidden fruit in episode 5. It does have drug-like effects on the Maximals, causing them to de-evolve into their animalistic tendencies.
Yeah.
What would you call that? Like, what drug would you say it's closest to? Crack? Probably not crack.
No, there was.
I don't know enough
lot.
about drugs.
I would say pot.
Maybe. I could see pot.
I don't know.
I could see pot. All right.
Uh,
Now let's get into puberty, but with Transformers.
Yeah. Big change.
Bingo.
All right. Cheetor has now matured into his young adult phase and is starting to make his own judgment calls that are not based on emotions, but are in fact mature. I wouldn't necessarily say he's reached the adult stage, but he's definitely a young adult.
He's getting there.
You know, like he's got a direct deposit going in, and he's having to fill up the tank with gas.
And he's
probably
working,
got some rent. You know, buys his own food.
Working 30 hours a week
30
at
hours.
the grocery store.
Yeah, 29 and a half, so he doesn't qualify for insurance, obviously.
Yeah.
And
he's also taking some classes at college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he started using acorns to invest. Like, it's an app. There's an app called Acorns.
I figured.
I was
like, where's this going?
All right, now let's get into Transformers references. Part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. God, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it. Only 7 weeks. It's going to be so good. All right, so buckle up, everybody.
Buckle up, buttercups.
Optimus makes a point of reminding Rat Trap that there are no shortcuts when it comes to mastering techno-organic transformation regarding his use of Transformer Enhancer in Mercenary Pursuits. That should have been a drug also last week. That was in episode 5, by the way. All these are from episode 5. Optimus Primal describes the Oracle as an interface with the Matrix itself. During his flashback, Nightscream is seen hiding behind a Transformer that resembles Soundwave. It's not Soundwave, but it looks like it. The episode's title is, of course, a reference to the biblical story of Adam and Eve.
Of course.
As the Maximals hold down Nightscream, he looks at Optimus and cries, "Get your stinking paws off me, you big dirty ape," semi-quoting the famous line from Charlton Heston in the film Planet of the Apes. "Get your filthy paws off me, you damn dirty apes!" Gotta say, Planet of the Apes
Yeah.
doesn't hold up
No.
But the new ones
It's a
are
wild
great.
ride.
I loved Planet of the Apes growing up, but they're a very hard ride. I definitely can't watch any of them past the first one, except for the new trilogy. Now, Maggie, did you know that there's time travel involved in the new Planet, or not the new, but the sequels to the original?
You've told me this, yes.
Like the apes time traveled to the 70s,
Yeah.
and like they're on a rocket, like in NASA,
Yeah.
and then like one of them has a baby, and that baby joins a circus, and that's like the fourth movie, and then the fifth movie, like he's Caesar. He ends up being Caesar. Like he's named after Caesar. But he ends up actually being Caesar, and then in like the fifth movie, it shows like Caesar and like humans like coexisting, which doesn't make any sense because it doesn't, like, they're implying that Caesar is Caesar,
Yeah.
right? But then like the timeline doesn't match up with itself. I don't know. We need to go back to Planet of the Apes one day. We'll watch the cartoon series and everything, Maggie. It'll be
I'd
horrible.
rather watch the Ewoks cartoon.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know. That's tough.
I'm joking.
I think I would just quit podcasting if we had to do one or the other. I think I would just be like, I'm done. We don't need to do this anymore. As he returns, Jetstorm triumphantly gloats, "Seek and ye shall find," a line from the Bible. I'm telling you, we go biblical on this bitch. Another in episode 6, another episode that highlights Optimus's growing metaphysical sense. The episode begins with Optimus experiencing a prophetic dream that appears to foreshadow Rat Trap's upcoming crisis of conscience. Yep. When the weakened Megatron sees Rat Trap in his chamber, he remarks, so this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a simpering rodent." Yes. This is a paraphrased quote from the poem The Hollow Man The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot. Episode 7, following on from Nightcrawlers.
Nightcrawler.
Hey, sorry, hold on, everybody. I gotta tell Maggie something that I haven't told her yet. Did you see that Nightcrawler is becoming a Spider-Man? So like they're doing like this Fall of X storyline in the comics. It's like all the X-Men. I don't fucking know. I don't follow it. But Nightcrawler, no longer an X-Men, becomes a new Spider-Man, like another Spider-Man.
Wow.
And like, I'll be honest, that outfit looks pretty good. He's called like the Uncanny Spider-Man or something, something like that. And like he's like, it's Spider-Man, right? But it's got like his ears, and like his outfit is Spider-Man, but it's also like Nightcrawler's like V looking outfit. Yeah, it looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, like it looks really dope. Anyway, sorry, just had to tell her about that. So following on from Not Scream's tale in Forbidden Fruit, the Maximals discover that all the Transformers immobilized by the virus or brought in by the Viacons have had their sparks extracted. Thrust recalls memories of Optimus Primal, Cheetor, Rhinox, and Black Arachnia's Beast Wars forms. The models of several Gen 1 characters seen in the Beast Wars episode The Agenda Part 3 are repurposed as generic Maximal corpses, including Prowl and Soundwave. Prowl still has a visible Autobot symbol on his chest, but it's unclear if that's an animation glitch or meant to imply that there were Autobots living on Cybertron before Megatron's attack. I would say probably the prior. At one point, Jetstorm says, "Gotta catch 'em all," the catchphrase of the Pokemon franchise.
Wow.
In episode 8, the episode finally clears up the ambiguous situation presented to us in the reformatting episode 1, filling in the gap between the end of Nemesis Part 2 and the start of the Beast Machines, while also explaining the fates of Rhinox and Silverbolt. Though it is not outright stated, it is obvious that Megatron's breaking free and falling out of transwarp space landed him in Cybertron's not-so-distant past, explaining why he had the planet completely conquered by the time the Maximals returned to the present.
Yeah.
I would argue that it's the past to the Maximals, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was the past of like... I think he landed after the events of Beast Wars.
Oh, okay.
So like it's the present because we're past Beast Wars.
Yeah.
And I think they just got there later than that.
Yeah.
Because if he landed before Beast Wars, then that could cause an entire like rip in space time, you know? Yeah. So I feel like he has to basically land, you know, at the very least after Prowl. Is that what his name was? The Decepticon that showed up and he was from Soundwave. He was one of the types. Yeah. Like, it has to at least be after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Interesting.
moving on. Thrust flashes back to prehistoric Earth, the setting of Beast Wars. While the Maximals ponder which Viacon to attempt to free first, their images appear on a screen along with Cybertronic text saying, "We the unwilling are led by the unknowing to do the impossible for the ungrateful," which is a quote from Mother Teresa. Nightscream calls Jetstorm Rocket Man, referencing the Elton John song.
Mm-hmm.
As the Maximals send Tankor flying, Cheetor shouts that it's a hard fly to left field. Baseball reference.
Yeah.
When Cheetor tells Rat Trap to carry on trying to unlock Tankor's maximal personality, Rat Trap replies, "Your wish is my command.com." God damn it. Black Arachnia's spark is green, as opposed to the usual electric blue. Later episodes would confirm that all technorganic transformers have uniquely colored sparks. So there you go. Technically, this would be the first appearance of Rhinox since his disappearance in Beast Machines, albeit with Tankor's unlocked memories. So we don't actually see Rhinox's body until the next episode, but this would technically be like his first show.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
As scripted, Viacons would have bashed the Maximals until they de-evolved through... Okay. All right. Pay attention to this. This is weird. As scripted, Viacons would have bashed the Maximals until they devolved through each previous body form. It was the animators who instead utilized canisters of gas to devolve the cast, much to the surprise of the showrunners. Marty Eisenberg speculated that the episode as written was simply too complicated to animate. So they wrote it as them being like devolved from, each version, right?
Yeah.
And then the animators are like, no, we're just going to, they toss gas and
doing
they,
it, guys.
and like didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And so like when they get the episode back, they're like, what the fuck is this? Isn't that crazy? It's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Episode 9, Cheetor's line, "I'm seriously missing my old turbojets right now," is a reference to his old transmetal capability in Beast Wars. Rat Trap, phase 2. Not Transmetal 2 or Fusor or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah.
Interesting. Rat Trap sardonically remarks that it's a good thing that Tankor doesn't have a Predacon spark. This is the only time that Predacons are mentioned in the entire series, although the producers did confirm that Maximals and Predacons were both targeted by Megatron's attack.
Oh, wow.
Optimus refers to the tree in Nightscream's cavern seen in Forbidden Fruit as an example of Cybertron's organic past. After destroying several tank drones, Nightscream refers to them as Tonka toys. Bob Skurr's original intention was that Rhinox had, quote, seen all sides of the argument and chose to go more in the Megatron direction. So after a quiet chat, he and Optimus would part company. As Richard Newman played that scene with growling and shouting, Rhinox instead sounded not quite in his right mind after his experiences. That said, animating Rhinox growing into a towering and menacing Tankor while backlit by storm clouds and lightning didn't quite say quiet chat either, although the scene may have been altered to fit Newman's unhinged performance. Yeah. So, it was supposed to just be more like they have a discussion and then they decide to go separate ways.
Yeah.
And instead it was like, fuck you, Optimus!
Oh, we're doing it.
Next time, Gadget.
Let's talk about next time on Beast Wars.
No sleep till.
Boom, boom. Brooklyn. All right. Next time we are doing 4 episodes and we're wrapping up season 1 of Beast Machines. Next week we'll be watching episode 10, Survivor. Episode 11, The Key. Episode 12, The Catalyst. And the season finale of season 1 called End of the Line.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna survive.
Keep on surviving.
I'm gonna survive.
All right. Everybody, that's going to wrap it up for us. Maggie's falling asleep, so we're going to call it right here. Thanks for watching. We hope you all enjoyed this episode of Going Back to Beast Wars, where we talked about Beast Machines. It's going to still be called Going Back to Beast Wars, even though we're past Beast Wars. So remember, if you'd like to get the show ad-free, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get it, as well as many other exclusive pieces of content. But if you have no bucks to toss our way, that is totally fine. You can also support us by using the affiliate links in the description of this video. They are linked to Amazon. All you have to do is click on one of those links, then buy whatever you're going to buy on Amazon. Doesn't have to be what it's linked to. It can literally be a roll of paper towels. It doesn't matter. But Amazon will see that as us sending you to Amazon, and we'll get a small percentage of your purchase. And you don't have to spend any extra money. So there you go. But if you can't do any of that stuff, that's totally fine. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We appreciate you all hanging out with us as we went back to Beast Machines. But that is going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching, and as always,
have a hopefully emo day.
I am transformed. Whoa.